right, everyone. Hope you're doing well. Have not fans, please take a moment to like the video, hit subscribe, click the bell notification icon and select all. That way you don't miss out when I post new content. And follow me on my social media platforms. Links are in the description below. Now, yet again, the funny thing about Veronica is despite the fact that she has, well, correct me if I'm wrong, but at least two different teams, if you will, working to kill her. Akil working for Jim to kill her, and we got, the Hood rising up against her as well. Currently, not only is she, I guess you could say, she's been grooming Laura to be her body double without her knowing it. So when she allegedly is assassinated, then Laura will be thought to be her. It seems like she's also orchestrating the demise of Colby, and she's getting Tanner to work on this as well. The funny thing about the last episode is that Tanner did not say that Colby kicked his ass. And I loved how he's like, oh yeah, he knows my face and voice, so there's no way I can get him to come over here, on his own accord. Well, at least by my accord, so I had to figure something out. So he said, I'll have some guys work on this for me. And I'm thinking one of two things will happen. Either Colby's going to die because it's like Tyler Perry gave him a victory by kicking a homophobic's ass, being Tanner. Or Tanner's going to end up dying because maybe Justin mans up and decides to take out his own brother in order to save someone else. I mean, given the fact that, Tanner has kicked Justin's ass at least half a dozen times since he's been introduced in the series. So it's one of those things. I mean, you could also argue that maybe Madison and or Jeffrey will get involved into the mix because Jeffrey is the only one who seems to know how wicked his mother is while everyone else seems to underestimate her. I mean, Justin knows, but look how long it took for him to figure it. Not only look how long it took for him to figure it out, but everything he had to go through in order to figure out this witch is crazy. I think that in the end, I don't know how all this is going to go down. She did use the pool. It was like, hey, yeah, he was in my pool naked and everything. And hey, if you got to kill him in the pool, do it. I'll have somebody clean it again. I don't want to say I have an idea of how this death will happen. I feel like the main question is who's going to die at the end of this. There are just a multiple amount of people who could die from this. Tanner, Colby, Justin, Madison, Jeffrey, Veronica, maybe Samuel, maybe Laura. I don't know. There are just so many angles this storyline could take. If Tanner ends up dead, I have no doubt that Pearl would show up again, simply because of the fact that this is one of her good children, one who isn't gay like Justin. But I really do feel like we could potentially get an interesting storyline from a bunch of characters who I honestly don't give a crap about. This could be actually intriguing, but the reason I can't really come up with a full, I guess you could say, thought out theory is because of the fact that it's unknown at this point how many episodes we have left. I mean, we're about to go into season 8, episode 6 of what is allegedly the final season, yet OWN has been hush hush on this. You would think OWN would have said there are only 4 more episodes left of this heart racing final season of the Haves and I don't know. I honestly don't know. I mean, once we get to episode 10, is there 10 more we don't know about? I don't know. So I just feel like whatever happens, it needs to happen soon. And I listed out potential deaths, but remember, Tanner said he would get some other guys involved too. So in a way, this could potentially mirror what happened to Justin in jail. Like, it was one person Veronica's rage was pointed at, yet she had a group of guys, deal with him. So, I mean, hell, didn't David have 3 guys? The one dude delivering flowers, then 2 other guys came up in the apartment and beat the hell out of Justin. So yeah, this probably going to end well for somebody. But I mean, I think that Tanner, I think that maybe Madison finds out about Colby going somewhere. Then Jeffrey figures out the address. Is like, that's my mother's house. We got to go. Because if I'm not mistaken, Madison. Oh, yeah. Madison has never been to the house. So I don't think he would know the address. So I think that Madison probably finds out about the address. And then Jeffrey finds out. Then he freaks out and they try to go over there to save him. So I feel like it's going to be basically LGBTQ versus homophobics, and it's going to be a big battle, if you will. So I don't know who's going to come out of this alive. I don't know who's going to come out of this dead. I mean, hell, at this rate, you might as well say that the people who are trying to kill Veronica like a keel in the hood, they're probably going to run up in the house too, and it's just going to be Armageddon. So honestly, that would not be a bad idea. Like, have all these different factions come together, converge on Veronica's house, and the place gets destroyed. It will be an interesting contrast to how Veronica sent over the group of thugs to shoot up David's house, which, remember, was her dream house. So I think this, you will probably never hear this from me again, but I think this Colby storyline could actually turn out to be one of the best things to happen on the show in the past couple of years. But there has to be a lot of depth, though, because I mean, this could all just, if this really is the final season, I honestly don't see any better way than to have all these different groups come together at Veronica's house of all places, and just, I'm talking about these people who she feels are like dirty, smelly, reek of fried chicken and other racial stereotypes, gayness, whatever. To have all this go down in Veronica's house, I think would be interesting. So let me know what you think in the comments section below. This video actually turned out a little bit better than I expected. I honestly only thought it would be 3 minutes, but some interesting ideas popped into my head as I was talking. So if you would like to donate to the channel, feel free to do so on PayPal, Cash App, or join Patreon for as little as $1 a month.